guys, welcome to Geek Legion of Doom. I'm Madison Mayhem, and today I'm talking to you about a film called Sky. It comes from Bounty Films. I love their stuff. It's got a huge cast. I don't know how I'm going to put this in a nutshell. It is described as a sad romantic drama. I would call this shit a tragic romantic drama because of the feels that it gave me. It's about an hour and a half long, and it is released on the 17th of May this year. So we have a huge cast, like I said. We've got Norman Reedus, Daryl Dixon himself, got Joshua Jackson, Diane Kruger, Lena Dunham. I mean, great cast and fantastic performances from all of them. I mean, it just, oh my god, it blew my mind. Not even the people that were in it for like 20 seconds. Every actor in this just did such a good job. Okay, so the basic premise of this movie, we have Romy and Richard. They are a husband and wife from France. Okay, they're from Paris. They're in America right now, and it kicks off. This film kicks off literally just straight away. There are no boring setup to this. Straight into it. They're in America. They are basically driving through the West. Okay, sort of like Texas, that kind of area. They're driving through, and I guess they're just taking like a husband and wife vacation. Now, I must note that most of the interactions between them are in French, and there were no subtitles on the copy I had, but I think this is not a thing. I believe this is the way it was meant to be done, because then you have to, if you don't speak French, you then have to understand what is going on through their performances, which was perfect. It was very easy to follow what was going on. So they are a very odd couple. They are clearly very unhappy with each other in a way, because Romy cannot have children. This is a sore point for Richard. And they meet some people in a bar. They're just having drinks, and obviously all the Americans are like, oh my god, you're from France, and just like striking up conversations here and there. So Richard is flirting with people. Romy is obviously getting very pissed off with this, and eventually he ends up getting a bit pissed off with her for walking off, and he tries to rape her later on when she goes back to the motel room. She fights him off, hits him over the head with a lamp, and believes that he is dead. So she decides to flee. At this point, she is fleeing, and we're just watching her try and deal with the fact that she thinks that she's killed her husband, and this is how she's managed to escape. And I can't even explain it. We're watching her just drive away and go to random diners and things like that, and sit and contemplate and decide what to do next. This is the first 30 minutes of the movie. At the 30-minute point, she goes to the police and hands herself in, because she can't live with what she's done. But when she gives the police her information, they ring up and find out that he is not dead. He is in a hospital and he is fine. And of course, this is a huge relief for her. So she drives back to him and realises that this is a turning point. She is now leaving him because she fucking hates him and she's super unhappy. Okay, so she decides to leave him. And from this point on, we basically see her journey just being free and trying to do things for herself and find herself and find some things in life that she can try and just see where it takes her. So she just hitchhikes across America. For a while she ends up in Las Vegas. She meets some people and tries out different random jobs. But the thing I liked about this is that usually in films like this, where you have someone finding themselves and just, you know, doing whatever they want, everything's all nicey and they meet the guy and he then ends up taking care of them at the end of the movie, or they meet such and such and they're super rich and they're going to take care of them and blah blah. It shows the downside of actually going off, meeting strangers, trying to make your way. You're not just going to get some great job. You're not going to meet someone that's going to be your best friend for life. And I really like that, because it shows the emotional struggle she has with the happiness that she has with this new situation of having a place to stay with someone, or having a job, or seeing a new city, seeing a new state, etc. But then the crap part that comes with it, and I really, really enjoyed that. This whole movie is genius. It is just, it's a piece of cinematic beauty to me, this entire movie. The acting was fantastic. Now, at this point in the film, before I digress too much, she is in Las Vegas, and this is where she meets Norman Reedus' character, Diego. He is a no-nonsense cowboy type who basically says to her, he thinks she's a hooker at first, and he just says, I'm not looking for anything, but I kind of like you if you want to hook up, and if you just want to see Norman Reedus get some, then give this film a watch. But of course, she starts to get slightly attached because she's now met someone that she likes. He tells her where he lives in real life, not in Las Vegas, and she goes out there. She just goes. She's just doing her thing. She goes and she becomes involved. Now, this is pretty much the rest of the movie, is her interacting with Norman Reedus' character Diego, meeting his family, actually getting a job where he lives, and trying to make something out of this situation, because she is starting to have emotions for him. I guess he's starting to have emotions for her too, but he's not handling it well. They don't have this apple pie life. They don't have this apple pie meeting. So you feel great that she's doing her own thing, but also the pain that she has for the fact that this is not a perfect situation. He's also dealing with his own problems and reasons for why he doesn't want her to get too attached. I won't give it that big of a spoiler away, but that's also where the tragic and the sad part comes in. And I was completely hooked, okay? I was completely hooked during the first second of this movie all the way till the end, and the ending frigging got me. And with a beautiful Nick Cave song, I can't remember the name of it, beautiful Nick Cave song at the very end of this film. But the scenes where they're meeting the family as well just show how it was so awkward, so awkward when they were meeting his family. And it just shows once again that this is not a perfect situation. And the feels, people. This film really got me. It was beautifully acted. The performances were on point. Okay, if you want to see a greatly acted movie that isn't all apple pies and roses, but isn't too unbelievably dark, can't say that word, then this is the film for you. I hope this film gets the recognition that it deserves, and I would give this film a very solid 8 out of 10. Fuck it, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. This movie is a solid 9 out of 10. I will happily buy this, and I'll happily tell everybody else to watch it too. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.